Hey, it's recording. So good. Hopefully it all works out. You just never know sometimes with these things. All right. Well, listen, if you got a camera, turn it on. Let's all connect and be together here. But what I'm going to show you is how you can make money every single day selling your advice online. It doesn't matter if you're brand new. It does not matter if you've been doing this a while. This might be a good refresher. And that's what I want to show you. Okay. I'm not going to go into anything crazy. I'm going to keep it basic and we're just going to get it done. Okay. All right. So let me go ahead and I'm just going to share my screen here and setup. I want to show you like what I'm actually doing with my Zooms, like how that all works. With my lives, I'm going to show you all of that stuff. I'm not going to hold anything back. I'm even going to show you this free workshop setup, like how I did all of that. And if you guys are in the chats right now, it'd be also kind of cool to see where you guys are from and all that. If you want to put that down in the chat, that's always fun to see where everybody's at. I do want to get something started because it's all pretty overwhelming. Yep, totally understand that. Todd, you are awesome. Okay, Ireland. Ooh, KC, Missouri. What's up? That's not too far from here. Tulsa. Dang, Uganda. Dang. Okay. All right. So we all over the world. Okay, so there's a few basic things that you got to understand about this process before it's going to make sense to you. And so I just want to show you, first of all, like some of the most important things: Cyprus, Austria, Green Bay, Wisconsin, or Ontario, outskirts of Denver, Bahamas. You got to deal with that weather down there in the Bahamas. It's terrible. Cyprus, it's like 30 degrees here. Spain, okay, very cool. All over the place. Canada, excellent.
No hate at all.
Yeah, listen. So here's the biggest thing. If you can understand this one thing right here, this is going to let you really open your mind to what's possible here. First and foremost, we're not going to create something to sell and hope somebody wants to buy it. Okay, that's not what we're going to do. We're going to instead go find something that people are trying to do, and we're going to do that for them and then stand in front of those people and say, I figured this out for you. I want you to have this. Are we understood on that? Okay, put an X if you kind of understand that. There's two types of entrepreneurs. You've got the entrepreneur that's like, thinking of an idea in the shower. Oh, this would work, man. This would be great. I bet this, and then you're going to go out there and you're going to try to sell it to them. And it's probably not going to work. And you're going to say, see, I knew this wasn't going to work. And you might even talk yourself out of doing this. Instead, what we want to do is we want to understand this little image right here. Okay. And this little image right here is telling us that we've got to find people in a current situation. We've got to find people that have a desired situation, and we're just going to get them to that place. We're going to take them from point A to point B. And if we do that, we get the money. Okay. It's that simple. It's nothing more. It's nothing less. Right. Imagine you're trying to go out there and just try to think of something to sell people versus you find somebody. Imagine they have like a couple, they're very thirsty, right? They're thirsty, but they can just go to the kitchen and grab something to drink. It's going to be hard to sell them something to drink. But what if they're crawling through the desert and they are about to die because they're dehydrated and they're just so thirsty? Those people will empty their bank account to get a drink, right? They will give you everything they've got to get a drink. And the point I'm saying is you need to find people that are thirsty, looking for a glass of water already, and you're going to take that glass of water and set it in front of them. Almost every single person on here, regardless of how you do it or what you're giving them, almost every single person that's listening to this right now, somebody out there already is probably doing what you want to do, and they're doing it at a million or even $1 billion level. So let's not get fantasizable about like we've got this new thing that nobody's ever done. Everything that we're all doing or that we're going to do, except for maybe some extremely rare occasions where nobody's doing it. This is very, very rare. Most everybody on here is going to be doing something that's already been done. You're just going to do it your way because there's only one of you, and that's what matters. The other thing is, in the comments, I want you to put 1,000 fans or 1K fans to make it short, because all you need is 1,000 true fans. You need 1,000 people that can give you $1 a day. Because if you got 1,000 people truly that give you just $1 a day, whether that's on a payment plan or they just pay you $1,000 a month or whatever, whatever it is, however you get the money, so that you're making a $1 by 1,000 people each day. We just need 1,000 true fans. Are we understood? Because if you can get 1,000 people to give you $1 a day, they all have a friend that will give you $1 too. And now you're making $2,000 a day. And I don't know, maybe put it in the comments, but is there anybody in here that cannot live off of 30 to 60,000 a month? Is there somebody they're like, oh, that doesn't even cover my mortgage? And maybe there is somebody like that, and I get that. But for the majority and the people that I'm working, this is going to help you. This is going to be plenty for you. And if you can do that, then you can take that to whatever level you want to. Okay. So
Powerful.
the thing that I want you to understand is it doesn't matter if Alex Hermosi has 15 billion followers. It doesn't matter if Russell Brunson, or just name somebody that's in the news and famous in our little world here, is got all these followers. That is a clouding, limiting belief thing that's going to keep you stuck and keep you where you are. And you don't want to do that, because we're not trying to help everybody. We're trying to help 1,000 true fans. And those 1,000 true fans have a friend, and their friends have a friend. And from there on, it goes. So let's not worry about how big our following is. Let's not worry about any of that stuff, because none of that stuff matters. Do you understand? All we want to do is find our people that want what we have and that we can help and that we're going to serve. And we just got to get them from point A to point B. And we don't want to create something. We want to find out what people need and then put that together in some way, shape, or form and make sure that they get it in a very nice, easy, fast way, and they will continue to pay you. There's a million people that create t-shirts. There's a million people that cut hair. There's a million people that do all these things. I'm going to try to mute most of you guys because there's just some little bit of feedback and it's kind of weird in my ear. So if you guys can, for just a moment, just mute your stuff for just now. I will have you unmute and we can get jazzing along. But if you're not talking or anything, just go ahead and mute just because it makes it easier, okay? Is everybody with me so far? Just hit like, yeah, or something, yes, or 7, or we, or just do something down there. Okay, cool. Very good. So again, if you can, just try to stay muted unless we, start needing you to talk or something like that, okay? Okay. Do we understand that we're not creating something? We are literally going to go out there and find people that are thirsty and looking for a drink, and we're going to create the drink and we're going to deliver it to them. We got that. Okay. Next thing is we need some sort of system, some sort of thing that we're going to give them. So let's take a look at what that actually looks like. Okay. So the whole thing that you'll hear me talk about all the time is you got to attract people, and then convert the people that you're attracting, and then you're going to deliver the promise to them. Okay. Attract, convert, deliver. Whenever you're like, oh shit, I don't know what to do. What should I do? How's this going to work? What do I do? What I want you to do is I want you to be like, oh yeah, Mike said attract, convert, deliver. That's all we've ever got to do is attract, convert, deliver. So in order to attract, convert, deliver, what do we have to have? Well, we have to have something to deliver. That way we know what to talk about to convert them. And then that's easy then at that point to go out there and say, here's what I've got. Here's how it can help you. And that attracts people. Now, here's the next thing that gets people really screwed up, okay? How many of you down in the comments, let me know right now, how many of you down in the comments are like, I don't know my niche. I don't know what my niche is. I can't figure out my target audience. I don't know who I would sell to. I don't know what, any of this stuff. Like, does anybody have that problem? Put a 7 in the comments if you're dealing with that. Like, don't know my niche, don't know my target audience. I don't know their occupation, their age, their size, their shape, their living, where they are. Okay. A lot of people deal with this, right? A lot of people deal with this. I'm going to fix this for you right now. Okay. So here's what a lot of people do. And I fell for this. Everything that I'm telling you, I've probably already failed at, fell for it, and screwed it up more than once. Okay. So I'm going to take that away from you. So the one person over here, they're trying to find their target or audience, right? And they're going to go out there. And once they have that target audience, by God, they're going to be able to go out there and just, talk to them and get them to buy the stuff and all of that, right? Well, then you've got this person over here that knows a different type of target, and that's called the problem. So instead of trying to figure out your target audience and all this jazz, okay, all you got to do is just find the problem that you solve and start talking about it. For instance, I could say, oh, my target audience is a redheaded woman with one arm that lives in Connecticut. She drives a Jeep. She has a kid, 3 dogs. They're Dobermans. She's this old. She does this. How much? And I'm going to sell her something. That right there takes your market from this. I hope you guys probably can't even see me. That takes your market that you can sell, and it takes it from this and makes it into this. And I don't know about you, but I would rather have more people to sell than less. Are we good with this? So what you want to do is instead, the right thing to do is say, hey, here's the problem that I solve. And then anybody that has that problem, guess what they can do? They can come buy your thing, because that's what businesses do. That's the only way to make money, is by solving problems. Do we understand that? There's no other way to get money. Now, you could win the money, right? But what's the chances of you winning enough money? Very unlikely. You could steal the money, but we all know what happens when you steal, right? You could inherit the money, but they say the chances of that are about the same as getting struck by lightning. And, you could, I guess, just, I don't know, find the money, right? Somewhere laying on the ground, but these aren't things that we can control. But what we do know is whenever you solve somebody's problem, they will give you their money for your value. So to find a target audience and to have people that you can actually sell, all the people that are here today, you guys probably all look different. We know that for sure. You all sound different. You all live in different places. You all have different occupations. But what we do know is you are all here on one common denominator, which is I want to make money selling my advice online, or something real close to that. Would we all agree with that? Okay. Would we all agree with this? Yes. Yes in the comments. Okay. Play well with me. We'll play together good. Okay. We'll get some stuff. Yes. Okay. So how many of you are having a little bit of a light bulb moment right now, realizing that all we have to do is talk about the problem that we solve, and then we just need to say it the way our people say it. Okay. And how do we figure that out, Mike? Well, guess what? If you hang out in a group of people, it doesn't matter what size, if you get into a group of people and you hang out there long enough, guess what happens? They will start talking about their what? Problems. We loved problems. Problems are how we connect with each other. Oh, your back hurts too. Me too. Oh my God. What did you do? Right? That's how we connect. This is a human thing, right? So if you go out there and start looking for the problem, you'll find it, and then you'll find the people talking about it. And then here it is. The only thing that you have to do to get people to come to you is you just have to go out there and you just need to say what they said about the problem. So you can go down in the comments, you can go to reviews. Everybody out there that is getting ready to sell something online and make money selling their advice, like I said in the very beginning of this, there's somebody already out there probably making $1 million or more selling what you want to sell, or they're at least attracting the people that would have the problem that you can actually solve and sell. So what I like about what Alex Hermosi and all these amazing people that get millions of views and subscribers and spend 70 grand a month to do it, I just am really excited that they're spending that, because I can go to their videos that relate to my topics. And there's one of these in every niche that's out there. I can go out there and I can go to those videos where they're attracting my perfect people to them, just like a church attracts people that would buy Bibles. And let's say that you sell Bibles, right? You don't have to go running around looking for traffic. It's already out there. You just got to go stand in front of it with a sign that has the message on it that makes sense to them, that meets them where they're at in the problem. So what you can do is you can go to those places that are already attracting your people. You can go down in the comment section. You can go to the reviews, positive or negative. You can go and look in these places, and guess what you'll find? Your perfect person that has the problem that you can solve, and you can literally just take all those comments, copy and paste them into a Word doc, and you could even take them and throw them into ChatGPT and say, ChatGPT 4, go to ChatGPT 4, okay? You can go there and you can say, based on all these comments that I found down here of these people that have questions and things like that, what is the pain, the frustration, the problem? What's going on here? And it, like a machine will do, summarize everything quickly and tell you, here's the main problem, here's the main emotion they're feeling with it, and here's what they're saying about it. Guess what you just did? You created the ultra beacon, the signal magnifying bat thing in the sky. Here comes Batman thing. Like, you've got the attracting signal now to attract all those people. That's how every one of you got here. There's no other way that you got here other than me doing this to you, right? So I just practice what I preach. Does this make sense? Okay? Does this make sense? I'm serious, because sometimes we go out there and we waste all this time with all these, fantastic frameworks and all these jazzable things and shiny objects, and yet all we had to do was find the problem that we're going to solve, go out there and just take what they're saying about their problem emotionally, or anything that they're saying, and we just say it back to them, and poof, they'll start coming to us. For instance, if we walk into a big train station or something, right? And I'm like, hey, I need help, or hey, I can help you. Nobody's like, they're just going to look and be gone with it, right? But I'm like, does anybody in here have a sore back and they can't do what they want to do because their back hurts? All shapes and flavors of people are going to turn around that have a back problem, right? And if I said to them, hey, if I showed you in 3 simple steps how to get some of that pain to go away so you can have a better day and do that thing that you said you wanted to do that I read about in the comments, would you want to know about that? All of a sudden, you'd have all these people that would be kind of inching closer to you to want to hear, right? That's how you stand out in a crowded market. And even to stand out in a crowded market, even easier is to understand this. Almost 95% of people that try to do anything, not just business, but anything, quit. So all you have to do is just show up and talk about the problem that you solve and the emotions associated with it. And those people that feel that same emotion or have that same problem will start to magnetize to you. It's nothing more than that. Okay. So knowing that, okay, how many of you just had an aha moment and you've been chasing this other idea of a niche and now all of a sudden you've completely changed this, right? You're like, oh crap, all I got to do is just go find a problem and then solve it. This is great. Okay. So now that we've got that understood, here's the next thing. How many people in the comments put me in the comments if you think that you need to create your course first? You've got to create your membership thing first. You've got to create the mastermind first. You've got to create the product and all this stuff first before you can sell it. Okay. Most people don't get into this and do this because they think they've got to have all of that stuff created first in order to sell it. So let's just forget about that. And let me show you what you can do instead. Okay. Now I'm going to bring up this little picture that I was using earlier today. Can you guys see this little picture from my live today? Okay. If you were there, great. If you weren't, well, this will be new to you. But this is all you've got to create. Let me get a pointer thing here. Hold on a second. Here we go. Let's get my little scribbly device. This scribble. Okay, perfect. Can you guys see this? Can you see the red scribble? Did you guys see this stuff? So I've heard that I need to that I need the course, the value before anything. No, what you really actually need is you need a blueprint. Just like an architect. An architect doesn't, create the blueprints and then go build this big skyscraper or this thing and then hope to God somebody buys it, sells it, or wants it. That would be a disaster, right? That would be I'm in debt, I can't get this to work. This is scary, right? But what they do is they'll create a blueprint like this, and it's a blueprint to solve a problem, right? Why do you create something like a blueprint to solve a problem if there wasn't a problem first, right? So all of you, a business person, a smart entrepreneur, just goes finds problems that exist already, and then they use this blueprint to solve the problem, okay? Or they create the thing to solve the problem, or find somebody that already knows how to solve the problem and gets them in front of the person that has the problem, and they take the value out of the middle of that. It's kind of like a real estate agent. They don't build the house. They don't do anything with it other than sell it to a person looking for a house, and they take a little commission off of that. Okay. When you go out there to create something, after you have found a problem, the next thing you need to do is you need to take all the things that you hear about the problem, because that's your message, right? And you're just going to say it back to the person. So now we've got the problem we want to solve. So this is this. Okay. I'm taking you through a blueprint, and this is the same kind of blueprint you want to create. So you find the problem that you want to solve. You focus your message in by taking all of the things that you've heard everybody's saying down in the comments, everywhere online. It's so easy to find. And then you ask ChatGPT to refine it for you. You say it on social media so people find it. And then once you realize what the problem is, then guess what? Then we just create a blueprint like this. Okay. Once you have a blueprint that looks just like this, I want you to make it where it has 3 main pillars. And inside of each pillar, there's 3 main points that you have to cover. And if somebody, your ideal customer that has a problem in their current situation, remember we were talking about that. If they're in a current situation, if they follow this framework right here, they will get to their desired situation. Now, your first product is going to be lean, mean, and scrappy, meaning you're not going to cover everything that needs to be covered. Putting more stuff in a bag doesn't make something more valuable. If the dentist takes longer, you don't want to pay him more. You want to pay him less. The idea is people want the answer as fast and as easy and as painless as humanly possible. So to make your product more valuable, you would make it faster, less stuff, easier, less pain. Do you guys understand? So that's a good thing as well, too, because now we can do less stuff, make more money. Less is more, more with less. So what we want to do is we want to take people through a process, and we also have something that we can show them. If you guys are doing content and you don't have any visuals in your content, I wouldn't look at it either. We think in terms of images. What have I been doing with you the entire time? Can you imagine if I was just if I had just had a black backdrop, there was nothing to see, I had nothing on the screen, and I was only talking to you, how much more boring and how much more non-absorbent this would be? So you want to have some sort of visual, and we've got to test and prove our concept. Because if we can't prove the concept, ain't nobody going to buy it, and we're going to waste a bunch of time, energy, and fall into the shiny object trapped, okay? We don't want to do that. So everybody learns better with visuals. So here's what it is. You're going to create something that is just 3 pillars, and there's just 1 point per pillar. You can do this with anything. You can do this with how to make a peanut butter jelly sandwich. You can do this with how to assemble a rocket GPS mechanism, okay? It does not matter. You can summarize it. Your first version of your thing, you can summarize it down into 3 pillars that have 3 points each. So 3 pillars, and each one of these pillars has 3 points each. And they're going to go from where they, down here with their current situation, all right? They're going to go from their current situation, and you can take them through the whole thing. Every single person that's on here most likely found me through some form of content online. Would we agree? How else would you have found me, right? So if that's the case, then all I do to make content that matters is I started with the first thing that's the most important, right? Which is what we start with here. If I can grab my stupid thing. I started with the problem. Once I knew the problem, all I have to do is start talking about the problem to you, and you go, huh, that's me. Then I take what it is that you're actually saying. I take what it is that you're actually saying about the problem, and I start talking to you. I start saying that back to you. And you're like, oh, that's me. And then I use this blueprint, which is where we're at right now in the process, to actually explain and talk about everything. So you make something once, as my hat and brand suggests, and then you can use it for everything. So what I'm trying to get at here is this whole thing, right? I'm talking about it, and it is the process, and we're doing it all at the same time. It's this very magical thing, right? So once you have the blueprint, guess what else you just did? You created every email you'd ever need to write, because it's all right here. You created every piece of content you ever need to do, because it's all right here. Every live topic you ever need to talk about, it's all right here. Everything that you need to do is right here in the blueprint. Okay, because think about it. The only reason your business exists is to solve a problem. Your blueprint solves the problem. So by talking about the blueprint and demonstrating the blueprint to the people, they will know you, they will like you, they will trust you, and they can see with their own eyes and have it done to them that this is something that actually works. You can put this picture out there. You can draw it on whiteboards. You have something to constantly reference and talk about. This is an amazing thing if you really get this, because think about it. Let's take a company like Porsche, for instance, right? Everything that comes from that company to the marketplace. So from that brand to the marketplace, everything that they talk about, that they show you, that stems from that, all revolves around their car, which is their product. So they could take little pieces of their product and start talking about it in emails, in live scenarios, in products, in littler products, in bigger products. It all stems from the product or from the blueprint or from the thing, right? So this makes it really nice, because when you say, well, I don't know what to say, how many people feel like that? You go out to do content, you create a VSL, you go to do something, you're like, I don't know what to say. I don't know. I don't know where to start. How do I say it? What do I say? Put an X in the comments if you're with me on this. Once you create your blueprint, you know you could wake up half asleep, not feeling good, and you know exactly what to go out there and talk about. Is this helping you guys? Are you liking this? Is this helping? Okay. Are you with me here? Okay, good. All right. So after we create our blueprint, guess what? We're going to go out there and talk about it, and we're going to see if people respond, right? If we don't get any signal back from the marketplace after we talk about our blueprint here, then what can we assume? Nobody gives a crap, right? So we need to go back to the drawing board until we can talk about our blueprint and people go, what is that? What do you mean? How does that work? Okay. So one thing that you want to do to be able to say this and do this is you want to be able to fill in this little sentence here. Okay. Let me just get rid of this thing. The sentence is, okay, whoops, wrong button. There we go. The sentence is, I help blank to blank by blank. Okay. This is how you start talking about the blueprint. All right. For me, I put people, okay, because it seems to be what they are. I help people to make money online. That's the problem that I solve by selling their advice online through my Build Lab program, through my automated inbound. You could call it whatever you want. All I need them to say after I say this to them is, oh, really? What is that? That's like the golden thing for them to say. Okay. So I help the who to solve this problem. Okay. Whoops. Solve this problem by this method or formula or system or something. Okay. Are you guys with me on this? This is what you start talking about on the social medias to find out if people actually care about this. And how you will know is they will be watching your stuff. They will be commenting down below because you're going to follow a very, very strict diet of doing things like this. Okay. If you make it more complicated than this, that's your fault. Okay. You are your own fault after you get this information. Hook. Okay. Hook, educate, ask. Okay. This is it. This is all you need to know. Hook, educate, ask. How do you hook them? Speak the problem or the emotion associated with it. Hey, can you not hang out with your kids? Can you not get into your car? You can hardly get out of bed because your back hurts so bad. Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how to make that go away in 3 easy steps. Now, when I say 3 easy steps, guess what I just explained to them? Our rule of 3 concept. In these 3 easy steps, I'm going to show you how to do that. Now, we might not be able to cover everything, but there are 3 easy steps. So you always have that. And you can mix and match how many steps, all that you want. But this blueprint is what I want you to do. Okay. I want you to create this right here. Right. What is step 1? How do we get them across the thing? Okay. So inside of here, you would have, imagine there's 9 steps or 10 steps to get them across. Your first product, your first thing needs to be less than 1 hour long to get through it. Okay. Less than 1 hour. Imagine sitting in a dental chair for an hour. This is not fun. So an hour is plenty of time. It needs to be less than an hour long, and it needs to be just 10 steps or less. Okay. Can you promise me on your version 1, your first version, that's what it's going to be? Put yes in the comments so that I know you're listening, so that I can tell you can hear this stuff. Okay. That's all I want you to do. And if you can do that, if you get that, you can always go more. But people want to get in and get out and get the answer and be done, right? So first version is going to be lean, mean, and scrappy. What does that mean? Less than an hour long, 10 steps or less. You're not going to be able to cover everything. You're not going to be able to get into everything, but you're going to get them across as easy and as fast as you can from point A to point B. You're going to find that problem, okay? Now, here's the next thing. Once you have this blueprint up, now you have something to talk about. You can talk about each one of the steps, okay? You can come in here and you can now, guess what you can do after the blueprint? You can come in here and you can create your email automations, okay? You can create what you're going to follow up with, okay? If somebody comes and sees and learns what you have, you hook them, you educate them, and you ask them to opt in, join you on the free workshop, buy the product, okay? Follow me, comment down below. That's all you've got to do. If you do more than that, you're just wasting your time. You're just wasting your time. That's not what we're trying to do. We're not trying to do that. We're trying to generate leads, and we're going to nurture, get those leads to know, like, and trust us, and we're going to get them to buy our products, and our products are going to solve their problem. And then everybody that they ever meet in that way forward in their life, they're going to say, oh, you've got that problem too? Yeah, I had it too. I went to Sally, Joe, Jeff, Jimmy, Jolene, and they solved it for me. You should go check out their thing. That's what's going to happen. Okay. So we create email automations next. It's the follow-up. If they didn't buy the thing, what would you say to them? Hey, I noticed you watched my video about how to buy the thing and do the thing and get your problem solved, and you didn't buy. Why? Email number one. Email number two. Hey, I noticed that I sent you an email yesterday about why you didn't buy and you didn't reply back, or you did reply, or you still haven't bought. Why? Okay. And they'll tell you. Just ask. Okay. You want to know something about somebody? Just ask them. So the next thing is, after we get our email automations built, because we know what our blueprint is, all I do with my first email automations is I just take them through each step in the email automations. And each time I take them through each step, I ask them to buy the answer. I ask them to buy the solution. It can't get any more problematic than this. Okay. It can't get any more simple than this. So after we get the email automations, we go ahead and build our VSL video, because now we know what they're going to be getting. We know the blueprint, we know what they're going to be getting, and we create the video. What is the framework of the video? Oh, but VSL letters and all this stuff, alls it is literally hook, story, or hook, educate, ask. Okay. Hook them so they watch it. Educate them so they know why you matter, why it works, how to get it, why it's a problem, why it's a solution. Just tell them that. That's what they need to know. That's what you want to know. And then at the end, ask them to buy. Say, you could go A, keep trying to figure it out on your own. It'll take longer. It'll be harder. It'll cost more. It'll be more stressful. Heck, you might even give up on it. Or B, you can come with me. It'll be faster. It'll be easier. It'll be more fun. It'll cost less. And you'll get the answer and have it done. It's up to you. Now, if you decide to work with me, guess what? Here's how it looks. You do this, and guess what I'm explaining to them at that point? This little machine, or this little blueprint we made right here. Here's how it goes, guys, right? And when you get down this thing, you're done. And if you want to stand out against everybody else out there, guess what? If everybody else is talking about how to solve a problem, then great. How do you step out and be louder or more seen or, shine brighter? Well, let's imagine there's two people standing beside each other. Okay. Let's imagine we've got two people standing beside each other, and these people are both talking about solving the same problem, but one of them is showing me a map on how to get out of the woods. The other person's just talking about how they can get me out of the woods. Which one are you going to listen to more, go to more, and want to buy from more? Anybody? The one with the map or no map? So put no map or map if you think you would rather go with no map person or map person. Okay. So you are just like everyone else. They are going to do the same thing too. But the problem is you're not showing them a map. You're talking about things. Oh, I promise it will do this. Okay. Just show them the map. Show them how you're going to get them out of it. Take them through that. Now you've got content for the rest of your life, as long as you can imagine. Okay. So we've got to create that map. We've got to get this figured out. Are you guys with me so far? Is this connecting? Is this making sense? Let me know down in the comments. Okay. All right. Now, after we've got our VSL video, we need to put it in something. We put it in a 4-step funnel. Let's take a look at this funnel here. Okay. So over here, this is the funnel. People are out there on social media. We're going to say, hey, I've got this free training, free workshop where we're all hanging out right now. Okay. I've got this free workshop. I've got this free demonstration. I've got this free thing that's going to help you solve part of your problem or most of your problem. All right. Pretty simple. Pretty simple. What did we say? We're going to show them how we solve the problem by actually showing them how we solve the problem. I know. It's great. And we're going to help them by actually helping them. This is fantastic. It's very simple to do. We tell them, come over here, and all you need on this page, I promise you, all you need on that page is literally just a headline. Let me make this bigger, okay? You literally need just a headline. You probably don't even need a subheadline in most cases, but just a headline, a picture of what they're going to get on the next page. I like to put a little play button on it because people like to click on those. And then you put over here 3 bullet points that get them curious about what they're going to see on the next page, just like a movie trailer. If they told you the end of the movie and everything that happens in the movie trailer, you wouldn't go watch the movie. They get you really excited and curious about it, and then they say, come to the theater and see it. That's what you're doing on this page. So when they click this button, it opens a pop-up. Or if they click this image here, it opens a pop-up. On that pop-up is where you're going to get their name and email. Mike, why do you do a pop-up? Because when they clicked that video, they intended to watch that. When they clicked this button, they intended to watch it. And since they made that own little micro commitment to their self, they're like 100 times more likely to give you their name and email. All right. Now, if you guys like this stuff and this stuff is making sense to you, this is like just a little itty bitty taste, a little tip of the iceberg of what you get inside of my programs that you can pay either 88 cents a day for, pocket coaching, my Build Lab program, which you can get right now, lifetime access to. That's going away soon, so you can take advantage of that. All that stuff, okay? What did I do there right there? Anybody? I did a call to action. Are you guys ready to leave and go away because I did that? Probably not. And I want you to realize that about your own people, because they're not going to leave and go away either. But if you don't make that call to action, they're not going to know how to get the prescription from you. They're not going to know how to get the solution from you. And then if they don't, then they can't buy from you. You don't make money. We got to go work for somebody else. We don't want to do that. Okay. So make your call to actions. On this page, all right, on this page, Todd says, I'm in Build Lab, people, worth every dollar. Thank you, Todd. Love you. I didn't pay him to say that, by the way. Okay, so anyway, they come in and they go to this next page. What are we doing on this next page? Well, on this next page, just joined Build Lab yesterday. What's up, Dave? Yes, very good. Awesome. So look, on this next page, what we're going to do is we're going to educate them. We're going to show them that we understand where they are. We understand their problem. And we're going to tell them that by actually just explaining the problem back to them that we found in the very beginning of this, in the raw materials part where we were right here. Remember the raw materials where I said we find the problem and then we get the message because we go out there and just take what they said and say it back to them? That's exactly what you do inside of this video right here at the beginning. And you let them know that, hey, if you stay watching this, I will give you the answer. I will show you at the end what the answer is. You don't need to go to copywriting frameworks, VSL frameworks. You don't need to buy 5 coaches to create a VSL. You don't have to pay somebody else to create a VSL. Turn your damn camera on. You said you wanted to be on the internet and sell people online. You wanted to sell your advice online. So turn your camera on, look into it like I'm looking into this, like I'm looking at you. I'm only talking to you, by the way. Notice we've got all these people in here, but I'm just talking to you. Sounds pretty good, right? So I'm just talking to you. I'm looking in the camera as if you are sitting across a table and I'm looking right at you. And I'm literally just saying back to you what I've heard you guys say to me. And I'm educating you like I'm telling you to do. And then at the end, I'm going to ask you to come join me in my program. And that's it, right? That's it. And most of you will not come join me in my program because that's just the way it is. Those are just the numbers. Some of you will. All right. And some of you will get the answer faster. Some of you will keep looking around, or maybe I'm just not for you, or whatever the case is, right? All the things. But if you do this consistently every single day, you will have more fish than you can eat. Okay. So that's what I want you to understand about this. This whole video over here is hook them to watch. All you have to do is talk about their problems, how they feel about it, and let them know that you're going to fix it. That hooks them. Then you're going to educate them halfway through. And then at the end of this video, you're going to ask them to buy your solution, right? Which is what got them there in the first place. Okay. It's that simple. And then if you're selling something that's more than $2,000, which at some point you will have, because you want to have a monthly recurring product, you want to have a high ticket single stand, like buy it once product. And then you want to have like a medium middle of the road, like $1,000 product or so that they can just either buy one time or repetitively. But we want recurring income, right? And why is that? Because we want to make money regardless. We want to make money all the time, no matter what, whether we do the work one time, we make it once, and then we keep selling it over and over again. It's just something that you want because that keeps you stabilized. That keeps you having money while you're taking care of other things and building things. And they're still getting a lot of value out of that, right? So if you're selling something that's expensive, you just tell them to schedule a call with you. All of these tools, by the way, are free. You can start out with system.io for free. If you're inside of the Make Once community, I have links to this actual funnel in there for free. You can join System for free. Everything is free. YouTube videos are free. Everything is free. So I don't want to hear any excuses. Oh, I can't do this. Yes, you can. Just do it. Okay. So Then you can, if it's less than $2,000, then you can just sell it to them. Okay. You can just sell it to them so they can click a button. Both of these buttons wouldn't be on this page, right? Both of these buttons would not be here, but I'm just showing you both buttons because I want you to, realize that you can do one or the other. So button one, you would have on here, if it's something inexpensive under $2,000, okay, you can have them click a button and just go buy. If it's more than $2,000, you want to get on the phone with them because they're probably going to have questions for you and you want to be able to answer them for them and then ask them to buy your thing. Is anybody liking this? Is this helping anybody? Put a yes down in the comments if this is like, finally, somebody's just jumping in and telling me this stuff. All right. Is this helping you? Are you guys, did you get what you came for? All the money you spent to get here. Okay. Which you actually spent something you can't replenish. So I do appreciate that. All right. Now, if they go over to this order page, if you did your job over here, all this page needs to have on it is just a gosh darn order form. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Just a simple, it can look just like this. Here's the thing I talked to you about. Buy it right here. Buy it. Okay. And most of the time, all of this stuff has everything pre-made for you. And I've pre-made it for you, especially if you come to Build Lab, which that's a picture of it right there. So you can come in here and it's already set up for you. You just got to take my picture out, put your picture in. You got to take my headline out, put your headline in, and I will help you with the headline in person. Like we will be on Zoom and we can record. You can share your screen. We did it today, didn't we, Tammy? So that's what we do. And I make sure that you get there. I make sure that you solve that problem because once you do, you'll go tell other people like Todd just did. Hey, I joined Build Lab. Somebody else, I joined Build Lab. It was great, right? This is worth every dollar. That's what people will do. And if you have thousands of people doing that for you, you have really nice Christmases. Your car is nice looking. Your house is better. Your traveling is better. Your clothes are neater. Your food's better. You can help more people. You can help more people rich than you can poor. I mean, think about this, right? If you're going to be in this game, you might as well have all the points. So here's the thing. Once we get them there, the final page is simply just saying, hey, thanks for scheduling the call. I'll see you at the time that you set up the call. Or you say, hey, thanks for buying the thing. Click this button right here and I'll send it right over to you so that you have it. Oh, and by the way, if you have any problems, email me, let me know what's going on. Okay. Are you guys seeing this? Is this helping you now? Are you feeling like, oh my gosh, I can do this? I feel like who feels like they can do this? Put a me down in the chat if you feel like you can do this. Now, because we don't want to, and because it sucks following up, hey, I called you the other day. I hate that, literally hate that. Okay. So what I would want to do is I'd like to have this machine that we've got these days. I would like it for when somebody opts in, because we know only about 20% of the people that come to this page are going to go to this page. And only about 5 to 7% of the people that watch this video are going to come over here and buy it. Well, that leaves a lot of people down that, really wanted this thing, but they just needed more, understanding. They needed to focus more, all this stuff, right? We got a bunch of me, very clear. This is amazing, brother. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, good. So listen, if they come down here into our email list, which is what we would do, we start emailing them more information about how we solve the problem. Nothing more, nothing less. Very simple. These emails are very easy to understand and look at. Okay, let's take a look at these here, okay? So all these emails really need to have in them is just a couple sentences and a link, because the job of the email is to get the click, nothing more, nothing less. And they go to a page that looks just like this. If we went shopping for a bunch of let's say we went shopping for some tomato soup. If I came in and I brought you into a room and I'm like, here are 50 different types of tomato soup, how much longer would we be standing in there if I brought you into that room instead and said, here's the best soup? Right? It'd be that easy, right? So we want less is more. The more decisions they have to make, the less conversion we get. The more jazz and everything that's on the page, the less conversion we get. When you guys got here today, you had to go through this here funnel first, okay? Or most of you did, right? Some of you that are in Build Lab and things like that, you just got the link because you're my homies already, okay? Well, all of you are my homies, but they're my extra homies, okay? So just because, they put the skin in the game to be an extra homie. So this page, look, you can't really screw this up. The only thing you can do is watch this video, which tells you what's going on here. And then it's like, here's the topic, here's when it happens, here's the time. And then you click this and you put your name, you put your email, and off we go. And then on the next page, you see this. Nothing more that you can do besides know that you're awesome and smart and that it's important that you watch this video. You watch this video, you register your seat, and here we are. We've got all these people here, and it's just this. Nothing more, nothing less. And this will make 7 figures. I promise you. Okay. I promise you. So this is, and you don't have to believe me. Okay. You don't have to. So, but you're here and you did this. Okay. So does it work? I don't know. You tell me. So the thing that we want to do is keep it simple, right? We want to keep it simple. And then when we follow up, all we got to do is take them to a page like this that says, hey, here's the thing that I wanted to talk to you more about, that I noticed that, maybe some people, they still have questions about this thing here. And I just would say that in the headline, if you still have this problem about the deal, watch this video and then guess where this button goes? Right to the order page, or right to our initial sales page, which was our VSL page here in the background, to get them to buy, right? Can we understand and see that this is pretty simple? Now, in the emails, this is what's neat about the emails. I'm going to teach you automations here in the next 30 seconds, okay? One of the most complicated topics, yada, yada, yada. It's nothing more than if, then. If, then. If this happens, then do this. If this happens, then do this. If they come down into the automations, if they opt in over here, okay? So they opted in. This is the line coming down from our opt-in page. They go into the email list. We tag them so we know where they came from, and then they get an email. Okay, this first email just takes them right back to the video, and just in case they're sitting on the toilet, they're at a stoplight, their child threw their phone on the ground and it broke. They want to be able to have a chance to see what they were trying to see, but they didn't have the time in that moment when they seen it first. So we email them back and say, hey, you might not have got a chance to see it, whatever, go check it out. After that email, though, what we do is we set a timer in here. So every automation has a timer, okay? So we set in there and we say, why don't you wait for like an hour or maybe 2 hours or a day, usually not more than a day, because we want to email people every day. If you want to make money every day, you have to make offers every day. And people are not coming to you for anything else besides the solution that you said you could provide. So every day you would want to email that person, letting them know that the longer they wait to get this solution is the longer they have the problem. So every day we're emailing people, we're staying in front of them, but we wait a day and then we ask them, the automation says, did they buy? Yes. Well, then stop the automations. If they didn't buy, no, we send another email. We send another email because they need to know more. That's it. That's it. That is it. Nothing more, nothing less. That's all it is. That's all it is. And so how do we know if they bought or not? Well, if they buy something, we tell our machine, our free machine over at system.io, we tell our free machine, tag this person with bought product if they buy it. And then we just tell this little thinking thing here, the if then thing, hey, if they have the tag that says bought product, don't send any more emails trying to get them to buy the product. Do you guys understand this? Do we understand automations now? And you'll see this same pattern lives within all these things here. Okay, so let's make this smaller again here. We're about to get to questions here in just a minute. Okay, might have to go over just a little bit. You guys cool if we go over a little bit more in an hour? Okay, we're kind of past the questions thing. Okay, so we'll go over a little bit more. Are you guys cool with that? A little bit longer here. You guys down with me? Put yes if you're down with me, okay? Or put down, okay? Or put the hand like this, okay? So you see this pattern just keeps repeating, right? It just keeps repeating. We just follow up till they unsubscribe, die, or buy, right? It's very simple. Okay. Are you guys enjoying this? Does this help you? Was the workshop worth your time so far? How many of you guys know that you need to know more about this stuff, right? You wish you knew more about this, right? You wish you see inside like, oh, okay, I definitely need to know more about this, right? Okay, excellent. So here's the next thing. The thing that we do with everything that we're doing out here is we are attracting, converting, and delivering. Let's go back, okay? So once we have created our funnel now, so this is the automated machine. So we took our raw materials, the problem, the message, the blueprint, and then we took it and we proved the concept. That's the little thing over here. We proved the concept by going out and talking about it on social media for free, where everybody's at, and we get signal, we get feedback. Okay. Then we come up here and we automate the machine. So we create our email automations, which we just talked about. We create the video that sells them, which we talked about: hook, educate, ask. And then we create this 4-step funnel that gets them to become a lead. and then they get sold, and then they get the order form. Okay, very simple. The next thing is we come up here and we get endless traffic. And you'll see right over here, and I'm going to give you guys here in just a second, I'm going to give you my exact schedule for every single day of what I'm doing. Okay, you're going to have that here in just a moment. So attract, convert, deliver. That's what we're doing. But notice how we built it in reverse. We built it from deliver, convert, attract, because it has to be this way, right? It's like trunk of the tree, branches, leaves, apple. You can't do it in reverse. So that's what we did here. How do we get endless traffic? Well, now that we've got a machine that can turn our traffic into leads, okay, now that we've got a machine that can turn things into leads, sell our stuff, deliver them to our product, then what we do is we get endless traffic. How do we get endless traffic? Well, all we do is we post each day because we have to post to show up out there. How else are we gonna show up? You got to be there, right? We post, we can go live, we can go down in the comments that we found in the very beginning of the raw material stage, and we can say, hey, you know what? I heard you. I heard that you had a problem. I heard how you felt about it. And guess what? I went and created a product to fix it. And so I just thought I'd come back and tell you about it, you know? And then they go over, they opt into your machine, they watch your video, and a certain percentage of people will buy it. I mean, this is great, isn't it? So then what we do is we come up here and we post, and then we go live, and we take our live and we chop it up into pieces, and we create little shorter videos that we can put in other places. And then we chop those videos up into little shorter videos that we put out in all of these different places where you can put short form stuff. So we make something once, we go live, and again, we can redistribute it all over the place. And you can get all of this stuff done very, very quickly. Matter of fact, let me show you my schedule here. So I prepare for my live in the morning at 8 a.m. I go live at 9 from 9 to 10. From 10 to 11, I edit those live chunks into short form chunks, and I edit those into long form chunks. So I take my live, I download it on my phone, upload it on YouTube. Kaboom, I got a YouTube video that talks about the problem that I can solve and how I solve it, and has call to actions in it to drive them to my funnel, to turn them into a lead, to sell them, and fall into my automations that follows up with them while I'm doing other stuff. This is great, right? And then I can put all that stuff out there. And then I have this pocket coaching thing that I do because you said you wanted that. You wanted more stuff. You wanted to learn this stuff. You want something that's less than $1 a day. Well, I gave it to you. Go get it. Go get the pocket coaching. Go to makeonce.com and join. Okay. If you like this, the pocket coaching goes crazy, goes steroids, right? And then the pocket coaching thing, I create it and post it. And then for the rest of the day, or as long as I want to work, I can go from 2 p.m. to whenever I decide. Okay. I can create, iterate, plan, and visualize. I can create other products. I can make my product better. I can plan the next day, which you should always know what you're doing tomorrow, today. And then I can visualize how I see the thing going. And I'm just repairing holes in the bucket, which is what I was showing right here. Okay. Once you get this whole machine built, then you can work on filling the holes in the bucket because your boat at this point is floating. You were able to tell your boss to take this job and shove it. You're making more or the same as you were working at a job, and now you're in your own boat, but you're going to be leaking some water. You're going to be taking some water on. So now that you've got the whole thing, the lean, mean, and scrappy version built, now what we're going to do is we're going to go in and start plugging the holes on all these little things. And that's where a program like my Program Build Lab or Pocket Coaching is really going to help you do that. You'll plug them holes faster. Your boat will float better. You can get into bigger waters. You can scale. Hell, you can buy a bigger boat. So this is the great thing. Now, what about the product, Mike? How do I do that? Well, you're just going to get a program either like Skool or System.io. Again, System can handle every single thing that you possibly have in terms of what do I do? I have all of these links now. Okay, let's not pretend that this is hard to figure out. I've given it to you already, and you don't even maybe know it. So over here in Skool, okay, so this is Build Lab. When you join Build Lab, Build Lab's normally $97 a month, or it's $9.97 a year. You can join Build Lab right now for $5.97 one time. You get me twice a week, and you have all of these things here in the classroom, and these keep going more and more and more. How to build all these things: high ticket coaching, low ticket coaching, micro events, funnels, live events. You get the Build Lab program that gives you every single thing that you need to build everything. And then you get me twice a week. As you can see, every week we go live at 6 and 10 on these 2 different days, Central Time. And you have everything in there, okay? But for free, you can go over and get all of this jazz right here. And, oh, we're doing the free live workshop right now. Over here, you can join Pocket Coaching inside of the Make Once community, or you can join Build Lab. You got lifetime access. Not for long, though. It's going to be, I'm only doing this for a short amount of time. And then in the classroom here, you can see past lives. Now, why am I showing you this stuff? Well, for one, I want you to know where you can go buy this stuff so you can get your problem solved faster. But number two, this is what you do. This is what you do with your people. Okay. I want you to pay attention to something here. Inside of this, I just take my lives and I take this picture. Actually, I took it out of the live that I did. I screenshotted it and I cut me out of it. Well, I let the program do it because I don't know how to do that. I just let it take a background off. And it's not perfect, but it works. But what I do, Tammy Stewart says, Build Lab is amazing, worth it. Thank you, Tammy. I love you. I didn't pay you to say that, but thank you. Okay. I take my picture and put it here because we recognize eyes, we recognize faces, right? That's usually what we recognize. And I put in here something that would get them, kind of like a curiosity statement to get them to watch the movie, right? And then down here, look, I have a call to action. I have a call to action. For less than $1 a day, you can get a daily training video that teaches you how to sell your advice online, selling courses, memberships, masterminds. Join right here. Guess what happens when they click this? It goes to here, a landing page, right? This is my funnel, right? This is my 4-page funnel. I sell them on this page. Okay. It's only $27, so you don't have to go crazy here. I have a video. They can click this. Guess what happens? They can buy. They can buy. They can cancel anytime. It tells them what they get, and that's it. That's it. And we have people joining this every single day, all day. Okay. It's a very simple thing. You can do this. I think this should be one of your first products because it's going to do a lot of things for you. Number one, it's going to teach you an absolute ton about what you can do to help your people, because every day you would put out a video just like I do. Let's go to the Pocket Coaching. And when you join the Pocket Coaching, by the way, you get all of this stuff. And when you come down in here, here's my funnel, system funnel. Here's where I put my products. That's where we're at right now. Here's your discovery call questions if you're doing a call. Here's my 2-page web layout in Notion. Here's my framework for copy once you find it. Here's the weekly content calendar if you want one of those. Here's the vidIQ system, the Calendly. Okay. And again, join Build Lab. Here's my 4-page machine. You can have this for literally less than 88 cents or it's 88 cents per day. But look, every day you create a piece of content in here. Look at all this content you get. Okay. Now, what I'm sharing with you is something that you can do right now. You can get started with this right now and start making money right now, because you don't have to have anything built. You don't have to have anything built for this. I said, I'm doing the Pocket Coaching, and I just started creating 1 video per day. And I just guess what? I just take my blueprint, and every day I teach a little piece of each of these pieces of the pie here. Each of these pieces of the pie. And eventually what happens is they go, man, this is great. I'm learning so much. I want to do it faster. I want to do it even more organized. I want to do it even tighter. Mike, I want to be able to talk to you Mondays and Thursdays. I want to get more involved. Like I really, really, really want to get free. I want to make money and I want to do this. I want freedom, right? And that's when people upgrade and go buy the Build Lab program. Okay. And then from there, I've got another program that's $10,000. And I only work with 100 people. And this is my Velocity Mastermind. This is where we actually get meeting in person. I literally can then be on your computer with you right there with my own hands, and we can build everything together, and we can make sure that this thing actually gets to the 6- and 7-figure mark. And again, it just keeps moving up, right? Pocket Coaching. I've got this alpha program that's going to be coming out for the people in Build Lab and for you guys later. And then I've got this, Escape Velocity Mastermind. How many people are excited about what they've learned today and they've got a better, clear picture of what this is? Because every day, all you have to do is get your non-negotiable things done, which are do your live piece. And if you're not doing live, do a workshop. And if you're not doing that, create one large piece of content. I call it the loaf. And then you can chop that up into short form. You can chop that up into shorter form. And that becomes the distribution that you put out there so that you can actually drive people into these funnels where you can turn them into leads, and you get the chance to actually work with them and nurture them and let them know you're not some freako that's going to hurt them. They can trust you, they can like you, and they can say, you know what, this is amazing. This is amazing. And they can do that. Okay. So if you want to join Pocket Coaching, it's makeonce.com. If you want to join Build Lab, makeonce.com. Everything's over at makeonce.com. It's just that simple. So I want to open up for questions, and there'll be more things like this. We're going to go into more stuff. Oh, one other thing that I wanted to show you. Here is my live setup. Okay. Oh, and by the way, after you get done with these 2 steps, you'll have endless amounts of traffic coming in. At that point, once you've got things going, once you got the boat floating, once you're plugging the holes in the boat, then you can start outsourcing things. You can get somebody else to take the trash out that you've been taking out yourself and cleaning the dishes. You can hire somebody to do that if you so choose. Most of you will be making enough just on your own, and you'll be happy with that you won't need to spend the money on that. But some of you will want to. You'll want more. You'll want to have somebody help you. You'll want even more time and more money. And that's great. Okay, why not if you can have it? But you can also start running ads, and you can also start adding a product or two. But I'm going to tell you right now, with the one funnel that we covered today, okay, please understand this, with just this funnel and this email automation, with just this funnel and this email automation and one product and one social media channel, you can get to 7 figures. I promise you. I promise you. Thomas said join Pocket Coaching yesterday. Awesome, Thomas. Very good. So I hope you're loving it. But I want you to please understand that you only need that thing. So no more shiny objects, no more going all over the place, none of that stuff, okay? You don't need to, okay? Attract, convert, deliver. We're going to make this blueprint. We're going to have the blueprint to do everything. Everything that we've talked about today has literally stemmed from this blueprint, okay? Now, what you're seeing here, I want to show you my live setup. Sometimes people ask me, okay? So here's the live setup. Let me get a box out here or something, okay? So this little thing that we were just going over for this entire workshop that I just did, look, that's right there. I have a thing setting on a table, and I have markers down here because I need markers to draw on this. I have a light over here to light it up. I have my own little tripod here where I hold my phone and charge my phone at the same time. I have a little clip thing that holds some notes just so I can remember what I said, because sometimes we forget. I have an extra whiteboard down here if I got to go into some details. And then I've got a light right here so that you have light in my face. So, just like right now, I've got 2 lights in my face. So this is my setup when I'm going live. Let me show you the setup when I'm setting up my desk like I am right now. Okay. So let me make this to the front. Okay. Oh, it's already to the front. So this right here is what I'm doing at my desk. Okay. This is literally what it looks like right now. I've got my microphone. Let me get a pointer thing here. Okay. I've got my microphone. Let me make that red real quick. Let me make it a little bigger. Okay. I've got my microphone here. I put it on this arm because I don't want to hold the microphone. I've got a light right here. I've got this bigger light right here. I've got this webcam right here. You can get a webcam for most of your computers already have one. You could use your phone. Most of your people can just use your phone. I have my monitor here, my keyboard here, and this is what we're doing. Okay. This is all I needed. And you don't even need this. You don't even need this. I'm just showing this to you because at some point you'll maybe want a better setup. Okay. So with everything that has been said, all the stuff we looked at, we are literally going out there. We're getting signal from the marketplace. We're listening. We're finding the problem. We're going to solve it using video, audio, text, whatever the internet stuff. The only thing we can do, text, pictures, video, audio. I just use video because it does all of those things and it's faster. And then we're sending our message out there into the marketplace, and we're getting people to join our list so that we can gain their trust, sell them our stuff. And we just master the mundane. We do this over and over and over and over, and you get more and more and more power, money, freedom, time, all those things that you want. And it's sure as a hell of a lot better than a job. Okay. So listen, if you liked this, let me know down in the comments that you like this. I would love to hear any questions you guys have. I'll chill out with some questions here for a bit. And then I want to know what the biggest thing is that you learned, guys. So talk to me, unmute yourselves. Let's have a party. Okay. What do we got going? Whoever speaks first grabs it. Who's got a question? Anybody? Speak up. Nobody's got a question about all that stuff.
I have a quick question.
Okay, cool.
I have a product. I know that it works because I've been teaching it for a while. So I'm a reading therapist. So children have trouble learning how to read. I've developed an online program. I literally have teachers that will teach it for me. My biggest piece of the puzzle, the only piece that I have left that I haven't solved, is the lead generation, which I was doing for a while with a funnel, and then the funnel broke, and here I am. So I really like sort of the going live and the content creation. I like that. The other thing that I find that I struggle with, there's 2 things that I would like you to kind of fill in.
Okay.
When your funnel isn't working, how do you test to find out what is working? Although I suspect that if you're starting to do things live, then you're going to really connect with your audience and know exactly what they need more quickly.
Hmm.
And the second thing is, how do you edit the long form video into shorter form?
Good questions. Okay, cool. Awesome. Thank you for the questions. And I'm glad that you're here. So, with the first question, which is how do we find out where the funnel is broken? I actually love this question. Let's go over here. It's really simple. Okay. It's a really simple thing. Thank goodness. Let's go over here. And in the funnel, okay, we there because we're just working with one funnel, we don't have 10 funnels, we don't have 10 different programs. This is where everybody gets in trouble, by the way. You guys just got too many things going. You're going in all these different directions and you're just confusing yourself and you're just making it difficult. Okay. And that's fine. I did it too for too long. If you've got this funnel, okay, so let me start from the beginning here. If we're putting out posts and we're going live on TikTok and or wherever you're going live and we're doing all these things, if people are clicking and coming over here, then great. If they're not, what's the problem? And you speak up, the one that just was talking to me. I'm sorry, what was your name again?
My name's Kelly.
Kelly. Okay, Kelly. So Kelly, if if you're putting posts out and you're going live and you're doing all that stuff and you're not getting any traffic, then what's the problem?
Then I'm probably not speaking to my audience. I'm not connecting with them.
Perfect. If they are clicking and coming over and they're not opting in from
Yeah,
this
the
page to
concrete guy
this
already said
page,
that.
wait,
He just
if
made things up.
yeah, okay. So if they're coming to your landing page, but they're not opting in and going to the next page, what's the problem?
There's something wrong with the first page.
That's right. You're exactly right. And there's only four things that we can change. Okay. There's only four things that we can change. Let me get a piece of digital paper out real quick and I'll write those so we can know those. Okay. Let me get this out of here. There's only four things that you can change if something is broken in your emails, in anything that you're doing on here. Okay. The first one is the message. Okay. So the message doesn't make sense. What you're saying to them they don't care about at the end of the day. That's it. Oh, have you ever had somebody talk to you and you don't care what they're talking about? Okay. So that's what it
Yes.
is. You're not hitting the nail on the head. Okay. So that's the first thing is the message. The next thing is the offer. Okay. So we can change the message, what it says. We can change the offer, what we're offering, or we can change what it looks like. So we can rearrange the page, change the colors, make things, take things away most of the time. Almost all of your problems are going to be fixed by taking something away. Okay. Not adding something to it. And so we can change the way it looks. And then we can change the people that are going there. Okay. We can change who's coming to it. And really, does anybody know which one of these is the most important?
I suspect the people.
The offer. The
Oh,
offer attracts the people. The message attracts the people. You can't change the people, but you can change the offer and the message, which changes the people. Okay. So, and then if you're running ads, that's why I put people on here because if you're running ads to bikers and you're trying to sell ballerina dresses, it's the wrong people are coming to the right thing probably. Okay. But the offer dictates the message. Okay. So if our offer is wrong, then the message tends to be wrong and then we get the wrong people and then it doesn't matter what it looks like. Okay. But with the offer and the message, here's what it is. The offer or the solution is simply the opposite of what the problem is. So what I end up finding out when I go working with people, okay, in Build Lab and stuff like that, is they don't understand what problem they're solving, and therefore their offer doesn't make sense, and therefore their message is messed up, and now the whole thing's broken. Okay, so going back over here, assuming that people are coming to this page now and they're opting in, and they're coming to this page, but they're not scheduling appointments or they're not buying anything, then what's the problem?
the offer.
That's correct. So, or in the video, what we're saying, if we go back, let me actually just bring this, let me actually just bring this over here so we can reference it. Okay. So, what's happening here is the video that you created, you're probably just doing the video in a bad way. Like you're spending too much time. How many of you guys wish when we got here, okay, and I know there might be some of you, but how many of you guys wish when we got into this video here today or this workshop that I would have spent 20, 30 minutes talking about my story and all this stuff? You guys wouldn't have wanted that. I wouldn't have wanted that. It's like, let's jump into the nuts and bolts. And so what did I do, everybody? I gave you what you wanted, right? I gave you what you wanted. So that's why everybody is down in the comments going, me, I love this. Thanks. Okay. Okay. So that's because I just got in here and gave you what you wanted. All right. Now, when you go to do your VSL, remember, we talked about this. It is what? Every single thing that we do is what? Okay. It's the hook, story, offer. Or sorry, you can call it is hook, story, offer. But when you say story, nobody knows what the heck you're talking about. Okay. So what they really mean to say is hook, educate, ask. Okay. That's what it really is. Hook them in, educate them, and then ask them to buy. You have to ask them to buy. They don't figure it out on their own. If I would have never told you what I have to sell you, you wouldn't go buy it, right? You wouldn't be here. So hook, educate, ask. When you create this video, what happens is you watch all these trainings about how to do a VSL video, or how to do a sales video, or how to do all this stuff. And by the time you get through that, you're so damn confused and you're so into you're feeling so weird about what you all have to do that you just don't do it. Or it just sucks because you're trying to follow this framework. Instead, hook them to watch it. You know what would hook them right now. Every one of you that has a best friend or a spouse of some sort, okay, you know right now that you could call them up and you could piss them off royally, or you could make them really, really happy, or you could make them really, really sad, or you could make them feel pretty much how you wanted them to feel because of why? Because you know who they are. You know them deeply. You understand them, right? And so the only way you're going to get to understand your people is by hanging out with them. Hence why we go live, why we do workshops like this, right? All of you right now should make the commitment that for the rest of this year, once a week, you're going to do a live free workshop just like we did today. Okay? Just like we did today. Any way, shape, or form, lean, mean, and scrappy version of this is what you should be dedicating yourself to do. If you're serious about making 6 and 7 figures on the internet, every single week you should be hanging out with your people, because guess what? This gets recorded, and guess what? This becomes your attraction stuff. I can take this thing that we just did, this workshop, and turn it into short form content, turn it into emails, I could turn it into a training if I wanted to. I could sell this training. Who right now, based off what you heard today, would have paid at least $10 for this? Or maybe $50 for this, huh? Down in the comments, let me know. Just be honest. If you wouldn't, then who cares? If you wouldn't. Look, somebody already said me, right? Me. Okay. That's the point I'm making. Me. So this is what you're doing. You would have, you create something once and you can use it over and over and over again. And guess what else happened here? You now have this thing that we went through. Look at this slide. I've got this on here now. I've got this on here now. And because I'm hanging out with you for free and giving you value, I've got Kelly on here asking questions. This makes this even more powerful. And now I've got something even more powerful that I can know and sell to you that I know is a problem for you. Are you guys seeing how this all kind of works in and of itself? That's why I called this company makeonce.com, because I kept saying that. I'm like, if people just knew how to make money using the internet once, they'd never be poor. If they knew how to make emails and this stuff just once, they could do it forever. If they make their product once, they can sell it over and over and over again. She's like, you should call this Make Once. I'm like, okay. I went and seen, boom. Okay. Now back to this. Sorry, little problem there. But you guys get what I'm saying. Do you understand what's going on here? Like, do you see it? Because I don't want you to, I know this is pretty, in some cases abstract, but my big hope for you today is that you can see a little bit further. And I really hope that you can understand that this isn't some special magic sauce that only Alex Hormozi and everybody else knows. And I also want you to understand you don't need millions of followers and millions of fans and millions of emails and all that stuff. Okay. Like, that man, Alex Hormozi, is making millions and millions and millions of dollars, and he will never spend it all. And he tells you that. You guys right now, most of you would like to just make more than you're making at your job, or match it and not have to work for anybody. And then anything north of that just is like fantastically awesome, right? Are we not agreeing with this? So when you go to do this page, if it's not converting, guess what? It's one of these 4 things over here. Most likely it is the core 2 things, which I put at the top here, the offer and the message, which the offer dictates the message. So we always say, okay, well, let's change the message. If you feel the offer is good, all right? If you feel the offer is good, then change the message. But just change, if you change one of these four things, if you change two at the same time, you're going to screw it up. Change one thing, and then my goal is to run another 100 people to it. Okay? Just run another 100 people to it. It's a simple test. Okay? Then if that didn't work, change one thing, run 100 people to it. With any of these pages, okay? Typically these two pages, Kelly, don't give you any trouble back here because they're just pretty simple, right? Now, if you've got them really confusing and you got a bunch of crap, literally what I'm showing you guys here, this is literally screenshots of my actual funnel. This is not like some thing that I made so that I could show you this. I literally screenshotted my pages and put them on here. This will make 7 figures right here. I promise you. With one product, one funnel, one channel of traffic. You guys are trying to be everywhere, all over the place, because that's what Gary Vee said, and that's what you see everybody else doing. The thing that you don't understand about those people are the very, very beginning, they didn't do that. The very, very beginning, they one channel, one product, one place, one thing over and over and over and over again. And then when they got money, like I talked about in our little process here, once they got going, then they went out and they bought somebody else to take out the trash. They bought somebody else to post on those platforms. They bought somebody else to do all these things that were really good at those things. So until you're ready to buy it or have somebody do it, you're doing it, and you've got to minimize, because the moment you take a candle and you start splitting it off, each one of the little wicks get weaker and weaker and weaker, right? To a point where it doesn't even burn anymore. You've got to keep your one candle burning and make sure that thing is being focused on. Okay. So with this, Kelly, if this page, if they're coming from here to here and they're going and they're buying, great. If they're not buying, well, we've got to fix this page. Okay. Now, if we're sending emails, if they're not opening the email, what's the problem? Kelly, you still with me? What's the problem? Because I think everybody's learning from you right now. Thank you. What?
No, likely the headline.
Yeah, the subject line. If they're not opening the email, it's because of the subject line. Mm-hmm. If they're opening the email, but they're not clicking and going and buying, what's the problem?
Probably the message in the email.
That's correct. Do you guys see how I'm doing this? So that's how you unravel the funnel and the problem. You start from where the source is. So we've got to get traffic. If we're putting out posts and we're putting out things, it's not because the algorithm doesn't like you. From now on, replace the word algorithm with audience. Just say the audience doesn't like me. Okay. And they don't like you. Like they don't not like you. They just don't like what you're saying. What you're saying, they could care less. Because if they could care, they would be over here opting in and buying your stuff. So this is great though, because you can change it. You're not a tree. So we start with the source and we change what we're posting until we get clicks. And then we just keep doing this and we keep going. And then with your emails, if they're opening this email and they're clicking, but they're not opening this email and clicking, what's the problem? This email. And then pretty soon at the end, you'll find out, if you keep building an automation. I know people with emails that are 5 years deep every single day. They batch them. In the weekends, instead of sitting on the couch doing nothing, they'll write 20 more emails and tack them onto the end of this thing. And guess what happens? At the end of a year of these emails, you can go back and look at your emails, and whichever ones had the best open rate, click rate, and everything, just move those emails closer to the front. Okay. So, and then it just converts faster. It just converts faster. And you'll be able to watch this like water running through a hose. You can see where it gets weak and starts to diminish. You can go there and open up the hose because it's got a kink in it. It's got a bottleneck. And that's how you do this, Kelly. Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. That's really good. Thank you.
Yeah. There's only these 4 things that you need to change. And you just work the problem one chain link at a time, one car link at a time. Get that water to flow all the way through the pipe. And out the end part is your customers getting the result and telling other customers. All the way to the end. Why aren't my customers telling other customers? Well, did you ask them for referrals? Okay. So it goes all the way down to that point. That's the end of the water road. Okay. Great question. Great question. Your next question was, what was the other question you had? You said the funnel.
Editing.
Editing. Oh, yeah. Okay. So the editing here, let me pull this up. So what I do, should have one in there, hopefully. Okay, so let's see, make sure you guys can see the screen. Okay, new document. Let's go into, I'll do this right here. Okay, can you guys see this screen flow? Can you see this like different looking thing? Yes? Yeah, okay. So this is an editing software. I use Mac, and I used to have an agency way back in the day before I got into this. That's kind of where I learned all of this stuff, okay? And I I then would have to edit videos for people all the time. So I learned how to edit, but these things are very easy to use and do. Let me show you what happens here. So you can take a video. Let me go to my downloads here and find a video. Hopefully I can find a little short one. Let's see here. These are all pretty long, so it'll take a long time to come in here. Let me, oh, wait, here, hold on. So I'll go and find something a little bit shorter. Let's do something like this here. Let's see, is this short? Yeah, that's short. Okay. So let's say that at the end of this live, I downloaded this live
It
and
looks like it's still on your funnel page though. I
oh,
think
is
you're
it?
on.
Okay, okay. So I got to make sure I'm sharing correctly here. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay, so I'm inside of this program. This is called ScreenFlow, okay? And down here, this is how I edit. Now you can pay somebody to edit, or you can just learn this and you can edit 1,000 times faster. And then when you've got more money than you need, you can get somebody else to edit for you, okay? So let's say that after I did my live, let's pretend that this is my live that I downloaded on my phone. So after I get done going live, or after I get done with this workshop, I'll have a recording of it. I'll take that recording and I'll stick it into here. Once I get it into here, I can set the canvas so that it's vertical like this, or I can change the canvas so that it is a horizontal, which would be 1980 by 1020, I think, or no, 1920 by 1080. I always mess that up. 1920 by 1080, okay? And then it will go to widescreen, or maybe it won't. All right. Anyway, I changed the orientation of it. 1080 by 1920 is the vertical. Okay. I can take so when I get done with this training here, it's going to be a horizontal long video, like YouTube style looking video. Okay. All I have to do is grab these things here and I can stretch it out and make it fit this screen. And then that's what I would do. And then I can come down in here and I just detach the audio. I know I'm like probably overwhelming your brain, but I just want you to see this, okay? Because it's nothing more than this. I would come in here with this little red thing and I would scroll and find a part of the video that can be something that actually provides value. Like it literally gives them something to do. And this is how you create content, by the way, okay? How you create content and how you know it's something that you should post is by the following. It either gives them an aha moment or it opens a door of some kind. It takes them from A to B. If you're just creating content, you're like, today I was at the thing and then I got home. Well, that doesn't do anything for us. But if you're like, today I went to the thing, and if you go up to this thing and press 1, 2, 3, it opens this and you get this. Oh, and by the way, if you want more of this stuff, go grab my pocket coaching or follow me or subscribe or go to my deal or go to my free training or join my free workshop. And then to make it really good is we'd put a hook in front of it. Hey, do you want to know how to go to the fair and get the thing? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you the exact steps to do that. All right. I went to the thing. I went over here. I pressed 1, 2, 3, and this opened, and this is happening. If you want to know more about this, go to here and buy my thing. Go to here and opt in for the free thing. So hook, educate, ask. Inside of here, it's not going to have a hook, and it's not going to have an ask. So what I do is I come in here and find a part of this process where I'm actually showing them some actionable step that they can do. Go in the room, turn the knob, push, and that's how you get through the door. That's good content. So I find where I'm educating, and I just come in here and I hit T and I clip it there. And then let's say that this from here to here, let's say that that's me educating. I click that, I grab it, copy it, and I can just delete all of this stuff. And then I can just paste it back in here. No, I can't. Oh, there it is. It just paused. So here's the education piece. Well, then I can just turn on my camera and I can make the hook and put it right here. And then I can make my call to action and put it right here. Now, here's what I do. I just make a bunch of hooks ahead of time, and I make a bunch of asks afterwards. So what I would do is all I got to do is come in here, find a good chunk out of my long piece of content, add one of my templated call to actions on the back, add a ask on the front. But I'll be honest with you, it's so fast and easy for me to do this. I can literally do this, put the red thing here. I can come up and press this button and add recording, and my screen goes 3, 2, 1. And I'm like, hey, would you like to know how you can actually convert people in your funnel? I have 3 steps, and I'm going to show them to you right now. Boom. And then that goes in the front. And then at the end, I'm like, hey, if you liked that, that's just a little piece of the puzzle. Go over. I've got a free workshop that I'm doing this Thursday. You should come. It's free to be there. And I'm going to go over this stuff in detail. I'll see you there. That's the end. And you put education in the middle so that they go, I mean, think about it. If every time I met you, Kelly, I gave you just a magical piece of education, or I gave you $100, or I gave you some value every time that you met me, at the end of the week or day or time, you would be like, you know, that freaking Mike guy, shit, he is a nice fella. You know, like if I came to you a month later after every day coming by and handing you $1, a month later, if I came to you and I said, hey, could I borrow a couple $100? You would be
How you
like,
doing?
yeah, sure. Absolutely.
How you feeling?
Yeah. Mute your thing. Okay. I got you. All right. So do you see what I'm saying? And if you keep doing that, you're just going to get the law of reciprocity coming to you in ways that you can't even imagine. Does this make sense? So that's how we take long form and we make it into short form. We either make it vertical, and we've got to kind of make it fit the screen so it fits in there. And don't worry how you look. Look at me. I mean, for God's sakes, you know, I'm just a person. People aren't going to judge you by your looks if you're giving them millions of dollars worth of value, or forget about the millions. But if you're giving them a lot of value, they don't care if you have they don't care. They don't care. Now, if you can present yourself better and groom yourself, then that's just going to make it better, right? But you know, if I have to ride in an old junker car, you know, that's a rust bucket with a bad song on the radio to a place that they're going to give me $1 million, hell, I'll hold dog crap in my hand the whole time we're there, right? I don't care. But that's what you got to remind yourself, that you don't have imposter syndrome. You have, I'm getting out of my comfort zone syndrome. Okay, because the moment you get out of your comfort zone, your brain likes to be patternistic. It likes to do the same thing over and over and over again because it feels comfortable. Okay, we know where we're going. We know what's behind the door. We've done this a million times. When you start doing stuff like this online and you start going and creating content, it's not the normal thing. So your brain goes, what the frick is this? What is happening? And it starts to get real weird and tries to protect itself by reclusing it back in. It's not imposter syndrome. It's called, you need to model somebody till you get enough experience, and then you'll have your own experience, and then you can share your experience, and then you become the expert. There's no other way to get there. So when you start feeling that imposter syndrome, that comfort problem, just know that you're doing the right thing because you're feeling that. You wouldn't feel that if you were doing think about it. If you were in your comfort zone, it would feel like every other day. So don't feel like that. Don't care what you look like, but do your best to present yourself, for God's sakes, right? You do it when you go out, okay? So just do that and then provide value. Let your value speak for you, okay? Have to go to a meeting, Tracy says. Thanks for all of the great info. I love it. I was live, real class with real people and not just some old bot stuff. Cool. Excellent. So does that help you? So you can create this, or I could create the long form stuff and I could take that video and do it like this. Now, here's what a lot of people try to create content, and you can do that. But it's better to have some sort of event like this that you can chop up and then turn into little chunks and nuggets. Think about this. I literally can think about all the little short form chunks that we have now, right? I can take this one live workshop could cover me probably for the rest of January with content and little chunks. And instead of me creating, why not just get in here and deliver value for people, record it, and then go back and take all the little chunks out of it and create content so people want to be on the next workshop, and so some more people buy, okay? Because my phone, I've got like 6 emails in here, and I'm sure some of them are from people joining Pocket Coaching or Build Lab, okay? So does that help? Okay, cool. Anybody else have some questions? I'll hang out here for a little bit. Anybody else?
Hey, Mike,
Mm-hmm.
quick question for you. Do you use text marketing as a secondary marketing channel?
I do not, but a person could do that. Okay. Anytime that you've got your message figured out, you've got your funnel in place, and you're getting conversion, you can, at that point, go add anything else. So, for instance, let's say that I just used TikTok, and I have my one funnel, and I have my one product, and I'm making sales. Okay. If that's true, then I could probably take that same message and information and put it on all the other channels. But the likelihood of me being able to actually do that in a systematic, consistent way, with consistent being the most important word, is probably not going to happen. So I would pay somebody, or I could have devices or other mechanisms that could take that information and put it into a text format, or put it into a, Pinterest or all the other channels format. And that's what these people end up doing. When I hear people talking about text and things like that, I'm cool with it. But if it's going to divert you from the mainstream, get the mainstream working first. Because the biggest thing that I see with people is they're in the beginning stages, and they're trying to do too much. They're trying to get everything that everybody has that's at that point to get everything. They're trying to do that in the beginning stages, and they're spinning too many plates, and then they drop all of them. So what I'd rather have you do is the main way, the fastest way. Let me tell you guys this. Are you guys with me? The fastest way to get money from the internet, or frankly anywhere, is by speaking. It's not a lot. It's listen, it's work in the beginning, and that's okay. You can do work. Okay, what else are you going to do? So you can do work in the beginning, get on and go live with your people. The fact that we can listen, you guys are all over the world, you told me. And yet I'm here in Kansas in my office, and I'm speaking with you. And how many people like me more now than they did before they got on here, right? Put a X in the comments, right? And this is all that happens. It's not about me. I'm just delivering something. I didn't create all this stuff. I'm just delivering it to you. I'm delivering the message. You see what I'm saying? So if you do that, people know you more, they like you more, they trust you more, and they'll buy from you more. But if you're doing text, if you're already having success, and you already have a channel that's operating, then text would be good. But to just do text, or to try to add text to something, if you haven't got to at least a nice consistent six figures, you don't need to worry about text. You don't need to worry about all that stuff. I know important people are saying that. Okay. I know that, and it works. But first and foremost, you need to be doing the most high payoff activities consistently, every day, systematically, consistently, and then you can do that stuff. Okay. And I know I went hard on that, because I just know so many people, if I say, yeah, text works, they're going to start wiggling on text and going over and distracting themselves. And I don't want that. What I shared with you today, the best magic mix, is literally figure out how you can create a loaf. Figure out how you can create a loaf each day, or a big chunk of bread, right? And then you can take that loaf and slice it up into the like long form, or 3 to 5 minute form. And then you can take the crumbs, which is even taking the slice and slicing it up even more, and take those and put it in the short form. And I would just tell you to pick, if I had everybody pick a channel, like I had to tell you one, okay, I would have you go probably to YouTube, and just live at YouTube. And then I have TikTok and YouTube. Like, those are the two, right? You can go live on all of them, but the reason I don't say just TikTok, and I know I told you one platform, because it's so fast to post on TikTok. It's so fast, right? And you can take that same post and put it on YouTube Shorts, but YouTube allows you to put long form horizontal content, and it's a search engine, the second largest search engine in the world. So I would tell you those two places. TikTok is it's just so easy to get attention on TikTok right now. So I would tell you to post there. Try to post on the 4 points of the day, 9, 12, 3, 6. Just try to post consistently one time a day. And once you do that, then add another one. And once you can do that, add another one. And then once you can do that, add another one. And then at some point, you'll be posting all the time because you'll have people helping you. But if you can post at those times, they don't need to be long posts. And if you do the loaf to crumb, loaf slice crumbs, it's so easy. Because as soon as you get done doing something like this, all of you right now could go onto the whatever channel you like the most, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, whichever one, X, whatever. You could go on there and say, guys, I'm doing a live workshop tomorrow at 1:00. Well, Mike, nobody's following me. I don't care. You could still do this. You can say, I'm doing a live workshop tomorrow. You can go to Zoom, sign up for Zoom for free, create a meeting, or create a Zoom thing, right? It'll just create a meeting, and you'll have that little link, and you can say, guys, tomorrow I'm going to talk about how to trim your dog without having to take it to the vet. Okay, if that's you're into that thing. And you can say, tomorrow I'm going to show you my exact 3 things that I do every time I do that. You can join me for free, jump on and be with me. And if you did that every single week, and you got on there and you answered questions and you showed them that stuff, and you had something to sell them, you could just say a pocket coaching thing. Hey, for $27 every single day, I'll send you 1 video. And guess what? You're going to get paid to make content that you can redistribute out there to get more people to buy your thing. And it's this amazing flywheel effect. Okay. So I didn't mean to go that long on that, but I just want you guys to ditch all of the, everything that you hear out there. Most of everything that you hear out there is true and it works. And that's the problem. What we need to simplify and use the thing that has the highest impact with the least amount of work that we can do consistently. Okay. That we can do consistently. And that will provide us with enough of what we need to get people to help us do that other stuff, or we'll probably be at a point where we don't even need that other stuff because we're happy with what we have. It gets very convoluted out there because people are trying to sell stuff, right? I'm trying to just help you not get confused and want to jump out of a window, okay? 5 days a week or 7 days a week. I create content every single day, but I would say once a week, do a free live workshop just like what I'm doing here. Record it and then have either yourself or your child, or I would just try to figure it out yourself. It's not that difficult, because when I go to edit this stuff, I'm not color grading and sound grading and all this crap. Nobody cares about that. Is this sound graded? Is this color graded? Is this okay? If this is okay, then if this is okay, why are we wasting our time doing that other stuff? Now, later, if you want to pay somebody to do that stuff because you can, that's a different story. Okay. So can you tell us more about the Alpha program? When am I launching that? Yeah. So that program, that's going to be an early bird. Did that help, Tim? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to freaking take off with that, but I just wanted you to all of it works.
Yeah, stage advice. I really appreciate
the
response. Thank you.
Yeah, I just don't want you guys getting lost in all that, okay? I'm not doing it. I could do it, but I don't need to do it. But maybe I will do it later, But right now, I just want you guys to focus on the thing that actually works, which is building a connection. Connection is currency. So the fastest way to build a connection with your audience is doing what we're doing right now, where you can talk to me, I can talk to you. We're here, we're learning. We've got something, we're getting stuff. That is how you build a connection. And that's the fastest way for you to do it. Post each and every day. You can get everything done in literally 2 to 4 hours, depending on how much you want and how far you want to go and how fast you want to get there, right? So understand that, okay? For those of you, so with the Build Lab thing, okay, I'll just show you real quick, okay? And I'm not going to go into some big pitch thing or whatever, okay? What I want to show you is just what we're doing here. So this the Alpha Digital Business, I was going to put Launchpad. Alpha is I like space and rockets and the universe and all that stuff. So Alpha, and I just like the word alpha. So this Alpha program it's essentially 8 weeks, and I'm going to take you from I am kicking a can down the street, don't know what to do, to I'm selling my advice online and I know how to do it confidently enough to where I don't have to work for somebody else. And it's an 8-week program. I'm going to give you guys an early bird offer of $497, and whoever gets in on that, you're paying $497, and then it's going to go up after the early bird period. It's going to go up to $799. Inside of there, you're going to learn how to do everything that we talked about here, and I'm going to be inside of a community with you. You're going to get one call per month where you can jump on and we can go over your stuff. We can work through it. We can get real tight with it. And that's what that is. So this is going to be a really neat thing. The people inside of Build Lab, they get everything. They get the pocket coaching. They get the alpha program. They don't get the mastermind. You have to buy the master. This is only for 100 people and the people that want to do that. And then we'll be meeting in person once per quarter. Okay. And I'm just doing this because I've always wanted to do this. All right. I've just always wanted to do it. I've offered $10,000 programs in the past. They went really well. People got a lot of results. They made a lot of money from it. But I never did the in-person thing like I really wanted to. Like I really want to get a cool ass Airbnb somewhere and we can all hang out. We can have our computers there. And when we leave there after that 3-day weekend, which is what it's going to be, we've got everything built and ready. Now we just have to go out there and start doing the thing. Okay. So, yeah. So how to set up everything. This right here is going to, what we talked about today, the alpha program is going to get you there. It's going to show you how to do it. It's going to give you everything. But I would tell you right now that the best thing that anybody could be doing right now is go get Build Lab. Like come in here to the Make Once community for literally $100 more than what I just said to you. You can come right here to get the Build Lab. Okay. For $597 one time, you get everything inside of Build Lab. You do not have to pay $97 a month. You do not have to pay $99.87 a year, which it will go back to. And you've got a few days to jump into this and you get everything. You get these bonus trainings, and then you get to hang out with me twice a week for 2 hours at a time. We haven't even been doing this for 2 hours. Imagine if every single week for the rest of my existence, because this is what I'll be doing till my last breath. Okay. If you get to hang out with me, you get everything that I create, everything except for the actual like in-person mastermind stuff. Cause that's for people that are really, truly wanting to go to that level, 7-figure level very, very fast. Okay. So the best thing that you can do right now is join Build Lab. Like it's $597 one time, the cost of a Xbox and a controller and a Happy Meal. You can have something where you're going to learn how to create everything. You're going to learn how to do everything. Okay. Somebody else joining in here, but you guys get into Build Lab here and you got it all, right? You got it all. You've got the classroom, the calendar, the members, there's a getting started. Build Lab takes you through everything. It just teaches you every single thing. Like these all open up, just like I told you. Look, pillar 1 all the way to pillar 9. And it literally, there's 3 points per pillar. Looks very familiar to this, doesn't it? Okay, look, 9 pillars. Okay, each one of these things has 3 points in it. It's the rule of 3. So I would be just, if I was you, I would get that. Like, I mean, I can try to sell you everything else, but I'm telling you the best thing is either the pocket coaching if you're not ready for the $597, or just come here and get the $597. You can also go to here. Whoops. Yeah, you can get that too if you want. That's so you can just come here and you can click on Build Lab right here and it'll take you right to this and you can get started. You can watch this little video. Okay. So that's my hardcore, crazy copywriting, headline pitch copywriting. Okay. So that's it. And this is all you guys need to do. I'm telling you, I don't care where you live, as long as you're interacting with humans, this is going to work. I've never not seen this work. Callan says, Mike, thank you so much. It is my first time here, but F hell so much amazing info. I can't believe this is free. Much appreciated. I love your energy as well. I got to go now. I will be back for sure. Okay. Awesome. Very good. Did you guys enjoy this today? Do you guys like these? Were they helpful? Did they make a difference? Awesome. Did you guys learn something new today? Did you have like an aha moment where you were like, damn, that's cool? Yeah. Awesome. Very good. Very good. Very excited. Totally helpful. Thank you. You're very welcome. All right. Well, listen, I am, if we don't have any more questions at the moment, I'm going to get out of here. I really advise you guys to get the Build Lab thing. I don't want you to miss out on that. Honestly, you're going to get more than you bargained for. I promise you. I try to always over deliver. As you can tell, we've been here almost 2 hours. This was only supposed to be an hour long. But I'm just happy to be here with you. I really, really care about you guys having success. And I really, really want you to know that I am so in belief of what you can do, because I came from literally nothing and figured it out. You can do the same thing. Okay. And I know you always hear that, but it's true. Like I didn't go to college. I didn't have some rich parents or something. Okay. I just hammered my way through this. And so, and there's parts of it that sucked, but you can do it. Okay. Do you have a reply after that question? Do you have a reply after that? What do you mean? Replay. Oh, replay. Yeah, I got you. Oh, is that what it says? I said it wrong. Jeez, I'm stupid. Okay, sorry. A replay video of this? Is that what you're talking about, Patrick? Yes. Yeah, as long as it recorded, I'll put the recording up. Okay. So, all right. Well, listen, thank you guys so much. I'm going to get out of here. I hope everybody enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys tomorrow on the live. Okay. Go over to Make Once, take advantage of that Build Lab, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks, guys.